bring your second act to the stage. Darren, are you going to do your magic stuff again? I'm going to bring on ladies and gentlemen, this guy's all the way from America. He's appeared on Dave Letterman. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Jim McDonald.
Thank you very much. One more time for Kevin and Alan, the first two acts. Put your hands there. Thanks, sir. Nice to be here. Just out of curiosity, how many people in this room have actually seen me on the David Letterman show? And that is why I am here tonight. Best thing about Letterman was I told this joke on the show about how much I like Nike running shoes. The next day, Nike sent me a pair for free. So I'd like to start out tonight by discussing the superior performance of the 2014 Mercedes-Benz. There was a time when one television appearance could start your career. Not anymore. The Kardashians have been on 8 years. I've met people that have never heard of them. I know some of you are thinking, there are people out there who have never seen the Kardashians? How can anyone be that lucky? Some people wonder how Kim Kardashian even got famous, but not me. I studied theater. After 6 months, the professor pulled me aside and said, you know, Jim, acting is not for everyone. Have you thought about a sex tape? These comedies kept me in shape. I can gain weight my entire career. You can too. Just follow my plan. Part 1, eat less than 1,000 calories a day. Impossible? Not if you do what I do. Part 2, earn less than $9,000 a year. I may be skinny, but I'm also hungry. I was in London last summer. I got food poisoning. I lost 6 kilograms. See, a lot of Americans don't understand that because it's metric, but I did the math, and 6 kilograms is over $80,000 in cocaine. That joke works better in Colombia. I was in London for a wedding, which I've never done, and the longer I've been single, the more my family's opinion has changed. At first they thought, well, he's probably just being really choosy. And after 10 months that became, do you think he might be gay? But not anymore. Now they're certain I'm gay and way too choosy. When people ask why I've never been married, I used to say because I travel for work, but that's no excuse. Professional athletes travel, and they have wives and children everywhere they go. Sometimes I get approached after shows, but you gotta be careful. Some people are freaky. One girl told me she could only get turned on by Barry Manilow music. I don't know any Barry Manilow music. But luckily, I was able to find an elevator. I also thought I had a fear of commitment. So I went to a therapist, and she told me I would commit. But I would never find anyone who would marry me until I stopped admitting I earned less than $9,000. Marriage is expensive. The average wedding costs over $20,000, but I'm not worried. Not after tonight's show. Why? Because of the superior resale value of the 2014 Mercedes-Benz. I flew to London on my new favorite airline, British Airways. And they're my favorite because on every British Airways flight, all alcohol is always free. Next month I fly from Los Angeles to Las Vegas. I booked my ticket on British Airways. We have to change planes in Hong Kong, but I don't care. A lot of movies on the flight, including my old girlfriend's favorite movie, Dirty Dancing. And at first I wasn't sure if I would like the movie Dirty Dancing. dancing, because I'm not gay. But after watching it with her over 27 times, I'm a lot closer than I used to be. I hate that movie. But luckily we watched it so much, eventually the movie stopped working. And if you wonder how long it takes before a movie stops working, I figured out. If you put the DVD in the microwave, it's less than a minute. She also loved every show by Sir Andrew Lloyd Webber. She told me he's a sir because the Queen made him a knight. And now that he's a knight, if the Queen is ever attacked, it's his responsibility to protect her. He is a knight. In my lifetime, the Queen has knighted the following individuals: Andrew Lloyd Webber, Paul McCartney, Mick Jagger, Elton John. If the Queen's ever attacked, she's toast. I told that joke in London. Some woman came up to you after the show and she said, "Your act is rubbish." Look, I'm from the United States of America. My act is not rubbish. My act is garbage. Last winter, my old girlfriend and I flew to Hawaii. I don't know if you guys know much about American history, but she explained to me that Hawaii is where they filmed the movie Pearl Harbor. That's her other favorite movie. If you haven't seen it, here's the plot. It's 1941, and an American nurse falls in love with two different pilots at the same time. And the acting, and the dialogue, and the story are so bad. Halfway through, the Japanese attack to try and stop the fucking movie. And then someone put the DVD in the microwave. My new favorite movie, Cowboys and Aliens. You put aliens in any movie, they will always improve it. Take the movie Dirty Dancing. Halfway through, Johnny's getting kicked out of a camp and our hearts break because we know Johnny and Baby belong together. But if you put aliens in the movie, halfway through they could capture Baby and fix her nose. I gotta work out because I'm single. That's the rules. You can't let yourself go until you get married. And I think the kind of workout you choose says a lot about your personality. Like my friend Nick takes boxing classes and I do yoga. So if we're at a bar and a fight breaks out, he wants to be able to defend himself. And I want to be able to squeeze out of an 8-inch bathroom window. Because I will not fight for any reason. Some guys try and provoke you. Your girlfriend's ugly. Oh yeah? Well, you should see her without makeup. And because I won't fight, my macho brother doesn't think I'm a man. One time we were at the beach, he refused to rub sunblock on my back because he thought we'd look gay. Then he said he'd do it if we went in the bathroom and locked ourselves in the stall. Even my gay friends won't do that. Last month after a show, some guy came up to me and goes, "You serious? You really have gay friends? Well, how do you feel about gay marriage?" I said, "Look, man, we just met. We should go out a few times." I'd like to welcome some of our international audience to the show in their native languages. So to anyone from Spain, I say buenos noches. To any Danish people, I say, "I love your pastry." And to everyone from the United States of America, I say, buenos noches. I'm used to Spanish because I live in Los Angeles and the couple next door to me have a Mexican nanny. So when the parents aren't home, I can hear her talking to the baby in Spanish. And when the parents aren't home, I can hear the baby calling them gringos. I also found out that the nanny is not an illegal immigrant. She is an undocumented worker. That's what you're supposed to call them now. I found it out when I was watching the news on my undocumented cable hookup. I'm always working on my language skills. But every time I call customer service, I asked to speak to someone in Española. So not only are they teaching me Spanish, but I'm also learning to speak it with an Indian accent. When I first moved to Los Angeles, I worked in a restaurant. Since most of the kitchen staff was from Mexico, it gave me a chance to pick up some Spanish. For example, I know the Spanish expression for the food fell on the floor, but I put it back on the plate, which in Spanish is no problema. I was in Montreal last year. Those French-Canadian women are beautiful. Unfortunately, the only thing I know how to say in French is "Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir?" Gitchy, gitchy, ya, ya, ya. Mocha chocolata, ya, ya. It's a song, sir. I was in Germany. Those people are precise. When they say the plane leaves at 10:15 in Germany, they mean 10:15. It's not that way in America. When we say the plane leaves at 10:15, we mean October 15th. Travel around a lot doing this job, but I'm used to traveling because I was a kid. My dad was in the Army, so he moved around a lot because he was a deserter. Hey, I'm almost done. I get weird questions. One time a woman came up to me on a cruise ship. She goes, "We found out you're the comedian. So if people tell me they want to take a child to my show, I always discourage it. It's not that I don't like kids. I just don't want them at my show. I go to my show for adults." This lady comes up to me. She goes, "We found out you're the comedian. Can we take a child to your show? Is your show appropriate for a child?" And I said, "Well, how old's the little fucker?" That usually takes care of it. I noticed I haven't sworn that much on stage tonight. I got a bad habit. I'm trying to break it. So what I did was I created this incentive system for myself. Every time I'm on stage and I feel the impulse to swear, but I fight it off, I reward myself after the show with a beer. So now that you guys got almost a clean show out of me tonight, in about 15 seconds, I'm gonna have 842 motherfucking beers. That's it for me. You guys have been really nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for McDonald. Okay, we're gonna have the first break of the night, and then we're back with two more ready next. If you want to order